Are you interested in collecting Pokemon cards and would like to know the best way to get started? Or perhaps you used to collect Pokemon cards and now would like to find a good way back into the hobby? Then this is the video for you. Hello friends, welcome to the channel. My name is Toby and I've been collecting Pokemon cards since 1999, but I came back really into the hobby last year. So it's probably safe to say I have a bit of experience that I would love to share with all of you. In this video I'm going to give you the best tips and tricks on how to collect Pokemon cards, where to buy them, what to get, what to look out for, and anything that I believe a new collector should know. First advice I would like to give you is to always buy and collect what you personally enjoy. There are thousands of products and cards to choose from and new ones come out all the time, but ultimately it's your money, it's your time, and it's your hobby. You have a reason why you would like to collect Pokemon TCG, so don't let anybody else tell you what to collect, how to collect, or what it is a good card or not. You just enjoy the cards and then you will have the most fun in this hobby. Before you go out and buy anything, you should start by getting a good understanding of Pokemon cards in general. This will help you make better decisions and make the whole hobby a lot more fun. And here you can see a famous vintage Pokemon card from the first set. This is Venusaur. I think many of you know it. For comparison, this is a modern card of Venusaur. And although every card looks a bit different, they all share common traits. Every card will have at least a name, a type, a rarity symbol, the name of the designer, a trademark line, a date, a set number, and with the exception of the base set, also a called set symbol. The first print ones of the early Pokemon TCG sets used to come with a so-called first edition stamp, but they phased this out in later sets. Also note the yellow border around the card. In modern sets, they switched this to a silver border. This is a good moment to talk about sets. Every year the Pokemon Company releases between 3 and 6 new sets of Pokemon cards. You can find out more about the sets on the official Pokemon site. You can just click on expansion, see all expansions, and then you have all current extensions that are available right now. For example, 151, if you click on the site, we see a section of the cards, and in the lowest part we can also see which products are available. For example, the ETBs, we come later to this in detail, or the other products that are available. A very cool thing on this side is that you can also see all the cards. If you click on See Card Gallery, all of the available cards show up here and you can click them and have a more detailed view. And if you play the game, you can also see detailed which attack the Pokemon have. And we have different Pokemon cards available. For example, here are the double rares. You can see this at this side. And if we scroll further down, you can also see the trainer cards, which are here, and also the stadium cards. And after this, we have the so-called secret rare cards, which are identifiable by the number which is higher than the set number. We see here 166 from 165. And all of them, which comes afterward, have a higher number. And these are usually the cards which are sought after. This is because they are very rare. And we have here, for example, the top chase card from the set, which have like 2 gold stars. This is a special illustration rare. And we have here, for example, a full art rare. And for example, this one is illustration rare, or sometimes also called art rare, because they have like a full art on the picture. Another resource I use all the time is PokemonTCG.io, and that's basically a giant registry of all the Pokemon cards that have ever been released in all of the sets. We can, for example, click here on 151, then we have an overview of the total set value, which is really helpful, and we have also sorted per worth of the card, so you know directly how much a card is worth. And if you click on a specific card, let's take the one we saw before, the Venusaur, you can also see the eBay, TCG Player and card market prices, and also the graded prices for a card directly visible on this page. Then if we go back, we can also see all the sets ordered per era. This is Scarlet and Violet, the most current one. Then we have the last one, Sword and Shield. And if we scroll down to the bottom, we can see the first set, which was the base set, first edition. And we also see here the Venusaur, which is the old variant from the very first edition. And we can also see here then details for this card. So it's really helpful if you want to get an overview or want to see which set come after which one, and also if you want to take a look on these single cards. As a new collector, you should identify what you're collecting for and set a collection goal. Are you in it just for fun? Or do you see it as an investment? Do you have a specific card you want to collect, a specific set? Or do you care about a specific type of Pokemon? It could be anything. You can set your collection goal as you like. I like to differentiate between these type of collectors. First, the hobbyist or pro collector. We collect for fun and because we enjoy the cards. You could set the goal to complete a set or master a set, or you could collect a specific Pokemon. For example, if you love Charizard, you could just collect Charizards. Or if you love Latios, you can just collect Latios. Or if you're more old school related and you love the Victreebel, just go for the Victreebel. You could set out to collect every single variant or variation of that card. Or you could make a whole binder full of energy cards or collect a specific color or type. You can choose freely what you collect. I personally like the Pokemon Celebi, so I have a huge Celebi collection. And also I go for some master sets, but not all of them. Then the second type, the investor. The investor buys products in the hope that it will appreciate in value over time. That could be a specific Pokemon again, or it could be sealed products that they hope to sell later on. Often it is for them sealed products. Then seller or shops, perhaps a bit niche, but there are also many people who sell cards and products at local game stores or online. It's important, you can be any or all of these at the same time. Of course, it's entirely possible to collect cards for fun and also have an online shop where you sell your pulls or bulk cards on the side. And this is what I also started recently. And I will track my progress on selling Pokemon cards in the future on this channel, so feel free to subscribe if you want to get more information on selling Pokemon cards online as well. There are lots and lots of products you can buy, so let's go through them one by one and see what's in them. For anything you buy, it's super important that you always buy authentic products. Please don't fall for scams, and if a deal sounds too good to be true, it probably isn't. First and foremost, you can buy almost any single card from online marketplaces and also from local card stores. Your goal here should always be to get the cheapest price for the best quality you can afford. A little tip for the players: if you're looking for a playset of cards, you might get away with buying poorer quality ones because you have 4 of them anyway. So you don't need to have all of them be in perfect condition. Slabs are cards that somebody sent to a grading company to get their authenticity checked and to receive a grade for the card quality. For example, this is a Venusaur here right now. This is a PSA 8, and PSA is the most common grading company. For the most modern set, you can say that everything below a PSA 9 is not really worth more than the War card, and the War card is not graded, so the most cards out there are therefore War cards. PSA 9 and PSA 10s often increase the value of a card significantly. Grading is especially good for vintage and high-end cards, and I got a video where I sent for the first time cards by myself to PSA, and it did not go so well. If you want to dive a bit deeper into the grading topic, give it a watch. I also share my learnings for grading at the end of this video. Almost every Pokemon card originally comes from a sealed booster pack. You can get these if you buy only one in a blister, but mostly you buy multiple of them through some products. And let's look at some sealed products now. First, there are booster boxes or displays of Pokemon cards that include 36 booster packs of a set. Then there are Elite Trainer boxes. Boxes are one of my favorite products, and they come with a number of booster packs, mostly 9, energy cards, card sleeves, a cool player guide to the recent set, and you can also store your cards in them. For beginners and those who would like to play the game, I can also recommend Battle Stadium or Battle Packs, especially if you can get them for cheap after the set has been released for quite a while. The Pokemon Company releases a lot of premium collection boxes. These are usually for experienced collectors, as the price per booster is a bit more expensive. However, they come with very cool promos, and some of these can actually be a very good deal. Then there are tin boxes. They usually hold between 2 to 6 booster packs plus a promo card. They can be a very good deal if you can get them on clearance. For special sets, which are released usually 2 times a year, there are no booster boxes, but often booster bundles instead, which contain 6 packs. If you love going to yard sales or online marketplaces, you can grab some pretty good deals on other people's collections, However, be careful because you should know very well what you're looking at if you want to get a good deal. Oh, and if you're really serious about collecting and investing, you might want to put some money into an app that can track your inventory, such as Collector or others out there. If you want to get quickly prices or want to find out from which set a card is, check out my website neosatoshi.com. There you can just upload a photo and you will receive the information. The next tip I have for you is set a budget. Collecting Pokemon cards doesn't have to be expensive, but it can very well be. Always only use disposable income. This is important for you investors out there. Never take a credit. Never spend so much on Pokemon cards that you can't pay your bills, your rent, or neglect other parts of your life. Last but not least, always look out for the actual price per pack, whatever product you buy. I can only recommend you immerse yourself in the community and the hobby because you will get so much more out of it. This could be visiting card shows, playing at the local game store, participating in a tournament, or even organizing your own. Don't ever fall for hype or FOMO, which stands for fear of missing out. There will always be another set coming, and if you don't get one card, there will always be another amazing one. If you like a specific set, that's great. But if you think a specific card that hyped all over the place is not interesting to you, you don't have to get it. Don't chase ultra rare cards by opening pack after pack, and it's just not worth it. If you really want a specific card, it's usually better to just buy it. So, what do I personally suggest you buy to start or grow your collection? At the top of the list is always, if you have a specific card in mind, just buy the single. Go online or to your local card store, see if they have the card, and just buy it. As any collector will tell you, buying the cards is not enough. You also need a way to protect them. That's why I recommend the first thing you purchase along with your cards are so-called sleeves. There are soft sleeves for the cards, and then if you want even more protection, you can put them into so-called top loaders to keep them extra safe. No matter if you want to play with the cards, put them into a binder or get them graded, every valuable card should go into a sleeve. As a TCG player, grab yourself a deck box and a good binder to put your cards into. A binder like this is a great way not only to protect your cards, but also to display them in a nice way. If you don't have a specific card in mind or would like to start collecting a set, then I suggest you get an Elite Trainer box or something similar. They usually include a good number of packs, a good promo, a lot of energy cards, and a place to store your cards in. If you have a bit more money to spare, a bit more budget, then you can go for a full booster box, and they usually include 36 packs of a set, and you can just start by collecting that. Your next question is probably going to be, hey Toby, where can I buy Pokemon cards? And we have a lot of options nowadays. You can buy them online and offline, so let's look at a few options. There are websites like TCG Player for North America or Card Market for the European market. You can also go on eBay. eBay is a bit different because it's mostly auction based and you find a lot of slabs and graded cards here. But it's a good option too if you know what you're doing. But please don't get scammed because quality and scam and fake management on eBay is a bit different and not as good as on other marketplaces. You can also find Pokemon cards on Facebook Marketplace. If you're more of a store kind of person, you can of course go to your local game store and they will sell you anything that you desire, Pokemon cards, Yu-Gi-Oh cards and any other type. You can also find accessories and anything else that you might look for. You can also find Pokemon cards at all the big stores like Target, Walmart, Walgreens, or maybe Kaufland if you live in Germany. You know all the big places in your country, you can find Pokemon cards there. Pokemon cards aren't always cheap, so here are some proven ways to save money when you're collecting. Tip 1 is always check prices first. You can easily compare prices on websites like TCG Player and Card Market, or you can also use eBay's past sales feature to find out what specific cards or sealed products have recently sold for. Then tip number 2, don't buy singles right after a set is released. In the first 2 to 4 months after the set comes out, singles are at their all-time high. Why is this? Because players and collectors rush in, buying up stock and driving prices up. If you wait about 2 to 8 months after the release, you'll usually find much better deals on the same cards. It depends on 2 to 4 months. Then you can start looking at the cards. Then the third tip is always check the prices per pack or price per card ratio. Many people assume a booster box is always the cheapest way to collect, but that's not always true. Depending on the market, an Elite Trainer box or even a collection box could actually be more cost effective. Tip 4 is choose your marketplaces carefully. Generally, Card Market and TCG Player are cheaper than eBay, unless you're hunting for high-end vintage stuff or graded cards. Tip 5, avoid buying single loose booster packs. They can be weighed, resealed or tampered with, meaning you likely lose money. Always buy sealed products from trusted sources and maybe go for the blister packs instead of the single boosters then. Tip 6 is be cautious with grading. Grading makes sense for vintage or very high value cards, but if you just love the card and don't plan on selling it, grading usually isn't necessary. Remember, grading costs money and it doesn't always add as much value as you think. You can see this in my videos on grading cards. Tip 7, deals on TikTok. Be careful. Yes, you can find some sweet deals on TikTok, but please be extra cautious to avoid scams. I hope this guide gave you a better understanding of how to start collecting Pokemon cards and you learned something valuable today. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel for more helpful videos like this one. Before I let you go and become a Pokemon master, I want to leave you with one final message. Enjoy yourself. Really, just enjoy the hobby. There's a lot of noise out there, forums, YouTube, Reddit, Facebook groups, and everyone has their own opinion. Some people will tell you, this is a good card, that card is bad, this price will rise, that card isn't worth anything, but in the end, none of that really matters. What matters is that you love what you're collecting and you truly enjoy the beautiful printed little monsters. Whatever you do, do it with passion or don't do it at all. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment. And if you know something else that beginners collectors might want to know, share it in the comments so we can all learn together. And yeah, thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next video.